Hi, everybody. My name is Matt Hames, and I'm the Associate Vice President for Digital and Social Strategy here at 3 Enrollment Marketing. It's NACAC week. It's Friday of NACAC. Your brains are filled with ideas about content that you've seen and ideas that you've thought of and conversations that you've had. It's been a great week. And so we want to bring you a conversation about the creation of content at 3E. I'm so honored to be joined by my colleague, Jess. Jess, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Jess Stout. I'm the UX design manager at 3E. I manage the design team. I have a great crew. I have a background in design science. I have a background in newspaper and marketing and higher ed. So it's nice to actually talk to everybody about, what are we talking about today, Matt?
We are talking about content that generates behavior. And
Yes.
I got to tell you that this is going to be a really fun conversation because you may know or may not know that I'm a former copywriter. So copywriting has been a big part of my life and my career. Working with a designer and creating content has been something, it's just always been one of the joys of my career. So we're going to talk about content that generates behavior. So Jess, when I say creative that generates behavior, what does that mean to you and what does that mean to 3E?
So think about the last time that you didn't plan on buying something. Was it the packaging? Was it how it was displayed? Was it the for sale sign? Was it an easy process? So like Amazon, you just like scroll and just like add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Yeah. Like what about those? Those are all factors in how creative can generate a behavior. Amazon's really great at that because it's like you just add to your cart, boom, it's to your house in 2 days. Very simple, right? So it's our job to take that information, see it, feel it, hear it, radicalize it, organize it. And I'm pretty sure that's called marketing. So That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. So it's creative is not just a decoration. It is more about how does it trigger behavior?
Yeah, so you touched on a little bit of retail here in your answer. So in retail, obviously, creative sits at the moment of decision, like as you said, packaging or whatever. It's so what makes design in that space so powerful in the retail space?
So creative in retail design doesn't just raise awareness. It's directly affecting what the customer goes on the hunt for. So it's not just a unplanned purchase, but it's more of a, hey, I have this thought. I'm going to go on the hunt and find out if I could find bobby pins on Amazon. And there's 50 million different bobby pins I could choose from. So essentially, all of that ends up in a shopping cart. Now we're talking about retail design here. And at an exact moment, creative can shift the preference between whether somebody checks out, whether somebody's encouraged to purchase, or whether it's an unplanned or planned purchase too. So for 3E clients, 3E partners, that could mean whether a student is going to apply or they're going to plan for a visit and sign up for a tour.
Yeah, so let's talk about students for a second. And I'm fascinated by, as you know, I'm fascinated by when they go to Google and type in the institution by name, all the stuff that happens. But that happens after they've become aware. So how do you focus and how does a team focus on capturing the attention of one of those students when you only have like a couple of seconds and there's so many other things that are distracting them?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure everyone's aware of our increasing ability to just scroll our phone, be instantly attracted to something by 1 second, something another second. In marketing, we call that the 3-second rule. It's increasingly getting smaller as time goes on. Our attention span is getting smaller, and that's becoming I'm not going to say difficult. I'm going to say it's challenging for us. So research is showing that customers can scan packages at the speed of light, pretty much, whether they
Yeah.
know they're going to grab something off the shelf or not. If the message isn't clear, you're going to move on. So
Yeah.
simplicity, clarity drives behavior. That 3-second rule is a starting point to move towards that 1 second rule. So we're getting to the point where 1 second we have to make an impression. It's something our creative team is already aware of, and we work on it every single day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an English major, so I was taught to write 3,000 word essays about like one sentence in a play. And
Yeah.
then I became a copywriter, and I was told, I'm sorry, that is far too many words to say what you're trying to say. Could you cut all of those words, please? So cutting all those words has always been such an important part of the messaging. We need to get their attention. We also need to nudge. So what are some of the most effective nudges or tactics that you've seen working in retail marketing and higher education marketing?
Yeah. So we love saying, in the design team, I'm saying the design team loves telling writers, sorry, that's too many words. Too many words,
Yeah,
too many words,
right.
too many words.
Yeah.
2-3 words max, please. People don't want to read. I've been saying this at the beginning of my
Yeah.
career 25 years ago. But those behavioral nudges, we want somebody to actually have a persuasion of making a decision here. So we're talking specifically students, so Gen Z, right? FOMO gets the best of everyone, but especially, younger group of teenagers. They're going to have that ultimate peer pressure. Like, where are you going to school? Oh, I'm going here on my application. The counselors are applying pressure. So we add it in a creative way. We use scarcity. So limited time. So countdown timers. You only have this amount of time before you have to apply. We only have this many spots available. So that is, one aspect. Another is bestseller, most popular, that social proof. So
Yeah.
so we have partners that use badges. So national rankings, whether they are a best college, best for your money, best value, ranked by some kind of publication, we usually add those, and that encourages that, oh, I'm making the right decision, I should do this now. Another one is convenience.
Yeah.
Just like Amazon, it is so convenient to just open up your phone, press the buy now. You don't even have to add it to your cart anymore. It's literally just a one click, and it's a convenience. So we add that convenience factor when we're designing emails. We have one button with a specific CTA that takes you directly to the apply, or it takes you directly to book a tour. We take all this guesswork, all of these barriers that students or even parents see, and we make the choice for them. We gently guide them.
It's a confusing time if you're a student or a parent. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of conversations. It's a lot of stress. So what role does psychology, like their state of mind, play in how people respond to the creative that we create?
So on a personal note, I'm also a parent of a senior and a first-year college student. So that I've already gone through some of those things, and that's the type of shoes I'm in, and I see the eyes through parents and myself. So for a moment, I want everyone to do this with me. I want you to take a moment, close your eyes.
Close.
And imagine that you're in a small dark room, okay? So from floor to ceiling in this room are a dozen of TV screens from floor to ceiling everywhere. Yeah. And each one is on a different channel, okay? And the sounds are overlapping, and all of the screens, just all the noise, everything is overlapping, the sights, the sounds. It's chaos. It's overwhelming. So you just get to the point where it's so frustrating, overwhelming, you just want to leave. So that's what you do. And
I'm leaving.
Yeah, you go ahead and leave. Everyone, go ahead and leave that room. That's exactly what every student, every parent is going through. And having that kind of understanding is called cognitive ease.
Yeah.
Or just empathy for what everyone's going through. And cognitive ease designs that it's a process that feels safer. So we're talking about a more trustworthy, a more appealing environment. You're
So
more
you're
willing to make a decision there.
Yeah, so you're designing for empathy. You're
Yeah.
designing for the moment that they think about. So, when a lot of people always say, "Aren't you just designing to make things look good?" That's the what the marketplace thinks. Isn't your goal just to make things look good?
I mean, I love making stuff look good. I mean, what's not to like, right?
Yeah.
But it's not as, I mean, the aesthetics is a great thing, right? We all love something pretty, but
Yeah.
when it's applied to psychology, it's about shaping how people feel and see, and you're putting your feet in their shoes.
Yeah.
The job of a designer is to not just make it look cool.
Yeah.
It's about solving a behavior challenge.
Yeah.
And that means, what do I want this person to do? What barriers do they have? So if you're on a landing page or if you're in an email and you're trying to scroll and you're like, okay, this shoe looks great, but like, where do I buy it? I don't
Right.
know. There's no
Yeah.
button. The button takes me to like some random site and I don't know where the shoe is. It's gone. So we create ease to kind of just drop everyone's blood pressure for a minute.
Yeah. Make
And
things simple.
yeah, we make things simple. And part of this is more of a, does this look like something Gen Z would want to interact with? Our designers it's a lifelong mission to stay on top of trends. It really is.
Yeah.
And as an elder millennial, it does take time to understand trends and keep up with them, but
Welcome to my life.
that's that's life. I mean, that includes being aware of what's cringy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're making stuff that's cringy, you might as well just close up shop, be done. Nobody's going to want to like participate.
So a lot of this week we've been talking about empathy in marketing.
Yeah.
And empathy with our recruiter tool that officially launched this week.
Yeah.
And you've talked a little bit about designing for empathy. Can you just kind of put a bow on that for us? What does it mean what is your perspective on just overall marketing and empathy?
Yeah. So empathy, for context, designers and writers often have to ask themselves, how did I feel when I was a student?
Yeah.
What was it like? I mean, of course, different times, different process, whatever, but that's still that same, like, I don't know, I'm scared, or my friend's going to be there, or, oh my gosh, that looks so great, we're so excited. All of those emotions are so important to understand.
It's a very emotional time.
It is a
When you
very
try to decide to pick
drop off was hard.
For parents as well. It's an emotional time for parents as well.
Yeah, drop off was hard. Okay.
Yes, I gotcha.
Yeah. So there's a lot of empathy that goes into our creative work. And that means, the best designer and writer is going to step into their shoes of their audience, right?
Yeah.
They're going to consider the shopper that's rushing down the aisle, or the parent that's juggling their kids, or even the student that's scrolling late at night, which is a big thing because people doom scroll at night all the time. They come across some of the ads that we create, kind of creates a little bit of FOMO. Oh, that's no big deal. Go ahead and apply. There's, so it makes creative relevant and actionable. That's really what we're doing here. And it generates a behavior that's rarely perfect on the first try. That's not something we're looking for. We are not
right.
magicians, although designers are always told we're just magicians.
Same with well, not as much writers, but definitely
No,
designers.
no,
Everyone
writers
can
are
write a
always wrong.
sentence. Everyone can write a sentence, but they
Yeah.
can't draw a pretty picture.
Right. So designers have to test variations, get feedback.
Yeah.
And this includes like some of our partners, they provide us feedback. We have a guide that we have to, so they're brand guidelines. So it's not just as far as like, oh, I don't like this color. Well, it's part of your brand. So we like to get creative and use that empathy mindset when we're creating stuff. But it's ultimately just going to sharpen the designer's ability to guide that behavior. And over time, we just get better at it.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate this. Before I have one more question for you, and I just want you to talk a little bit about your team here at 3E and some of the amazing people that you work with.
Yeah, so we have a mixed group of just amazing designers and when I say a mixed group, people that have a multitude of experience, just different energies, different experiences, and that really creates such a cohesive team. There are a group of parents, there are a group of college graduates, there are a group of, community members. There's so many people in this group of designers that add such value to our partners' work. And of course, some of our designers like to push the envelope. That is their job, to get too creative.
Absolutely.
And that's good. I love it. I really do. I love when they get a little bit too creative, because that means that they're always testing themselves. They're always testing the boundaries of how far our partners want to go. And they're great. They're a great group of people.
Some of my most fun memories are sitting inside of rooms virtually and in person with just a bunch of creative people, just thinking about what messages you want to generate the behaviors that you want. So it's really fun. They're really fun people. So Jess, I want to say thank you for joining me today and telling us all about 3E Creative and empathy and marketing. You can find a lot more here below. We're going to put some links to some of the things that we talked about today below here. Jess, any last words that you want to say to everybody while you have their attention?
Thank you.
That's a great last word.
It's always great to talk about the design team, our creative team. They do an amazing job. They make these dreams come true. So,
They're really good people, and they're making an incredible difference for our partners. And Jess, I'm so thankful for you joining me today on this LinkedIn Live. And I will be bugging you pretty soon for some content like I normally do. So thanks for everything. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks again, Jess. We'll talk to you all soon on LinkedIn. Have a great weekend, everyone. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.